Hi, Redheaded Riding Hood here, Red for short. I wanted to do a little video about restarting my channel cuz it's going to be different and and I wanted to explain and I wanted to mention some channels that um have inspired me to try again with the YouTube, and two of them I put in my featured channels along with some political channels and some narcissism channels, because I'm going to be talking about all of that stuff. I have so many stories, y'all. And as I was watching like all of these channels, I'm like, I can do that. I can do that. I can try again. And since I got let go from my nanny job in January. So, and I was like, okay. So, um, and I had hoped that that was going to be more longer term. And it turns out I don't think they ever planned for it to be longer term. I think they planned it was going to be short term. So, I thought, I'm going to be, like part of the family, and I bonded with the baby. And so in a way it was kind of disappointing. It was a good job for a time though. But like when I stopped doing YouTube, I was getting frustrated with a lot of things, still not monetized and working hard on it. And I had less time because I was working the nanny job. So in last August, I stopped YouTubing and I did my last live. And I'm not going to be doing lives right now. But anyways, these are some channels, I'll put some links below this video so you can check them out. And like I said, Van Adventures Over 50 is Tracy, and she got her channel taken. I think I said this somewhere else, or I said it on Facebook probably. She had her channel stolen and her AdSense taken from her, and her whole identity. It was just like, it sounded like a nightmare. And I was following her story. She made another channel, but she couldn't make any money. She couldn't monetize it because YouTube only gives you one AdSense, and she couldn't get it back. Well, she finally got her channel back. And because I was like, okay, I'm going to watch this story. If they don't give her channel back, I'm like, I'm like, what's the deal here, YouTube? Why don't you just, FaceTime her, and you can see, like, FaceTime the people that stole her channel, and they won't look like the person in the videos. I mean, they stole her whole, and it's like she had it's also encouraging too, because she had a one of her subscribers who helped her get it back, and wrote a letter to YouTube and everything. And another one I've been encouraged by, because it was a van life one, and she sort of reimagined her channel, and she just recently got to 100,000, is Story Chasing. It's Amber Baldwin now, I think, but it was Story Chasing. And and I really relate to this because of my neurodivergence and all that. Um, slow living. She's changed it to slow living, and she got to 100,000. And because she had stopped for a while, she stopped traveling in her van, and she was in Texas, and now she's back in the Pacific Northwest. So that's a great channel too. I put those two in my featured channels. But two more that also inspired me, I wanted to say, were our Solo in the Woods, and her name is Barbara Martin. I'm reading her book right here. It's called I See the Elephant. She's wrote some other books too, and I really relate to her because she is a parent of an estranged child. So I relate to that. I relate to a lot of things that Tracy talks about also with her family and issues. And then another one that I like is Diana Brienne Fairchild, and I've interviewed her on my channel, and she just keeps going on her YouTube, and she's wisdom and a wisdom channel, and she dances and stuff. And I think she renamed her channel too. I think the Ultimate Golden Girl. I think. But anyways, those are great channels, and I'll link them below. But anyways, I just wanted to come on here and say, yeah, that's why I changed the name, because I'm not gonna do cooking. I've been wanting to stop cooking for a while, y'all. I'm gonna be talking about codependency, because cooking for everybody has been part of my codependency. So it's kind of like, no, I'm not cooking for you anymore. Sorry, I'm done. And I kind of just recently really stopped that, but I wanted to stop doing cooking on here. But it just like it would get the views. So, but I'm not gonna do the cooking. I'm gonna um be telling stories. That's why I changed the name to Story of My Life. I'm gonna be, and a lot of my poems are stories. So the one I just did, Take It Easy, is a story about protesting, and so that's what I'm up to now. Yeah, so this week I swam, and I'm getting ready to, another thing I relate to with Tracy with Fan Advent 60 and starting over, and is she's always doing something in side hustle, and that's what I'm doing too, because uh, uh, my books are not, well, I need to find a publisher, but I met a new publishing friend at the Ramona Democrats meeting, so she can give me advice, I'm sure, and so that's good. Yeah, this week I've been protesting. We went to Otay Mesa on Sunday. Was that last Sunday? That was the 14th, yeah. And protesting in Poway. I do twice a week. Rancho Bernardo is this Saturday, and the Georgia, no Georgia anymore. The Poway Democrats meeting and the Ramona Democrats meeting I went to this week. But anyways, so yeah, that's what's going on with my channel. So I hope you'll stay tuned. I'll probably start editing videos again. Right now I'm not editing these. But I will. I'll get back to that. I gotta decide if I'm gonna use the thing I was using before, or do a different one. I might try a different editing app, because there's so many, and there might be one that's easier for me to use. Anyways, if you have a suggestion for an editing app, you can put that below too. All right, don't say that no one cares for you, because I do, and God does too. Don't forget to pray for Red, because Red is praying for you. Bye.